Hey guys, so I'm currently walking back from the gym, but I just want to use this opportunity to let you guys ask some questions if you need to. So yeah, just obviously put your questions in the comments if you have any. Obviously feel free to just put in good luck messages to everyone else that's doing their sociology exam tomorrow. Obviously first paper is a big deal because it sort of sets the tone for the rest of the exams. So yeah, I'll just wait for you guys to put your comments in, put your messages in, and then I will answer your questions. Oh my god, there is literally 20 of you already. It's so mad. Oh, 21. Come on guys, give me your questions, otherwise I'm going to run out of things to talk about and I'm going to be mumbling. How would you answer a globalization of the education system question? Let me think about that one for a second. It depends how many marks it is, obviously, and what sort of type of question it is. If you're thinking of like a big 16 marker, 20 marker, obviously you can say about sort of limitations is that it's obviously, whilst the strength of it would be that the competition gives more people, there's more freedom over what schools people want to go to. But then obviously a limitation would be that it means that people from lower classes in the social system obviously won't be able to enter a lot of schools. Oh my god, so many messages coming in. I hope that was alright. I can't really sort of think of loads of ideas off the top of my head. But obviously, again, like I said in the exam structure videos, introduction, strength, weakness, conclusion. I don't like to do predictions of exams just because I think then some people tend to prioritise what they're learning wrong. So I think the best thing to do is just to try and learn everything, because obviously predictions can be dangerous, and sometimes, like I know exams that have already happened this year from AQA, it's basically just specimen and old questions that have been used. So I really don't enjoy predicting because I just think it leaves too much in the air. There's too much variables to it. Where have all your messages gone? I'm trying to go through these. Most likely topics, please. Was legit just watching your paper one vid. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying these videos so much. I literally started them just to help with my A-level revision last year when because I did a gap year. I did a sociology A-level online, trying to help my chance of getting into uni. Why does everyone think it will be globalization and education? I think a lot of people are worried about that because it doesn't seem to really be included much in textbooks and stuff. So I think that's why people are asking so many questions about it, just because they're panicking about it being on the paper. But I doubt it would be a 16 or 20 marker. So, but what else we got? Ain't revised at all, gonna wing it, no KFC. Well, good luck to you. I hope you do well. It'll be very interesting trying to go into an exam without doing any revision, but keep grade boundaries low, yes. Love a good low boundary, makes life a hell of a lot easier. Sorry, just crossing the road quickly. I'm scared. Do not be scared, honestly. If everyone does shit in this exam, the grade boundaries are going to go low. There's no way they're going to fail an entire year group because of a hard 20 marker. So I know that it's nerve-wracking. It's easy for me to say that it's not scary, but obviously it was horrifying going into an exam, especially A-level ones, because they are so much tougher than GCSE. But honestly, you're all going to be great. You're going to do awesome. Let's hope we'll get A's and A stars. Yeah, let's go. We could do this. Get pumped up. Good luck, everyone. Yeah, DJ Bennett, that is right. Good luck to everybody. You're all going to do awesome. You're the only reason I have a chance of a pass at AS level. I'm sure I'm not the only reason. I'm sure your teacher's done a great job, and I'm sure you've done loads of revising. You're literally all going to do awesome. Night before is always a massive panic, always is. But we've all got our own knowledge in our heads, and like if you're stuck, like I've said before, and if you are asked to sort of explain something and you don't know how to explain it, definitely give an example, because I think that helps put your knowledge forward without you actually physically defining it if you're not able to. If that makes sense. Yep, keep getting beeped out in my gym leggings. Yay! What fun. What's the best way to answer an essay with a high grade band? Basically, put loads and loads of detail in, give examples, and I think the best thing to do is just make sure you put loads of detail in. So for example, if you're having to talk about a research study, whether it's the main part of the essay or is just or is just a strength or limitation to it, the best like extra details you can put in is like the year that the study took place and things, for example, and then obviously lots of detail about the actual study. Lost my place. Structure of methods in context. What do you mean structure? The structure of the questions or structure of the exam? How about theory and methods? What about theory and methods? What do you want me to say? Policies before 1944. No, you just need to know from the Butler Act in 1944 onwards. Thanks for your help. No worries. I'm super happy that you guys are enjoying all this. I'm glad you'll find it helpful. Do you evaluate 10-mark questions? Do you mean personally? Do I evaluate? It depends on what the question actually is, because sometimes a 10-mark question can be due to limitations, to strengths, or strength and limitation. So that sort of question really depends on what you're actually being asked to do. Obviously, if it starts with discuss as well, you want to evaluate. Do you think they might ask if sociology is science? It's a possibility, but there's a lot of. But I can't imagine it will be. I imagine the most they'll do is like 10 marks. So I don't think it'll be too difficult to answer. I need a B, but at this rate I would be lucky to get an E. Honestly, I'm sure you'll do far better than you think you're going to do. We all have doubts and stuff before the exam, but when we get in there, we usually tend to come out, most of the time anyway, feeling like we've done okay. I don't know how long I'll be able to talk to you guys, because I only have 10% battery left, so if I accidentally cut out, you know why. My teacher is poop. Yep, most teachers are. Some are lucky to get really good ones, but I hope that my videos have sort of helped make up for that. What do you all in chat need in sociology for uni? I need an A, but aiming for an A star. Obviously, universities want these grades that they're asking you for, but a lot of the time, depending on how many people have applied for their course and things, they might give you the place there even without that grade. Structure of methods in context essay. So again, that'd be sort of similar to other essays, so it'd be introduction, strength, weakness, conclusion. However, it's 20 marks, you'd probably want to throw another strength or weakness in there, because 20 marks, it sort of asks for like 4 to 5 sort of points. But that extra strength or weakness that you want to put in is up to you, depending on what ideas you have. And so yeah, that I lost my train of thought there. So yeah, the strength or weakness that you want to add in can go anywhere really, wherever it fits in the essay, as long as it looks like it has a clear structure. Only evaluate 10 mark if it has an item. I don't think it really matters, to be honest, if it has an item or not. Like as long as it has a key term in the question asking you to evaluate, and I don't think it's really necessary. Again, I've been asked again what my predictions are. I do not like to predict. Sorry, just got back, but I'm going to sit outside. I don't really like to predict because I think people just revise wrong for it. So, yeah, I don't like to sort of assume that things are going to come up, because then people will prioritise what they're looking at more than other things. And there's no way to really predict because, like I said before, I know this exam season from AQA they've used specimen and old questions from old papers. So it's really hard to sort of say that they're going to test it. Honestly, a lot of people are panicking about globalisation and education. Like, just because rumours go around saying that it's on there does not necessarily mean that it's going to be on there. So any of you that are worrying about globalisation education, I think I've got a bit on one of my videos. For sociology, I think it'll be the education one, which is my first video that I ever did, so you'll have to ignore that I'm going blah, 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 and stuttering all over my words. I feel like I'm a lot calmer in this live video than I normally am. I think you could include influence of technology, global comparisons. Yeah, there's some good ideas, Hungry Ford. I didn't think of them actually, that's really cool. Sorry, my teacher was genuinely useless and didn't do a thing. I'm having to teach myself off these vids and a textbook. Yeah, some teachers are crap, but I'm glad you are finding these videos and obviously this live stream helpful. Don't know how much battery I've got left. I've got 6% battery left, so this could be interesting. Anyway, where was I? Self-taught, yeah. My neighbour told me to take paracetamol before the exam, so you'll take longer to realise your hand is starting to hurt. I would say it's probably not best to take paracetamol, just because, it's not really necessary. Obviously, unless you've got a headache or something, but, I've struggled, I have a lot of issues with muscles in my hands, and I basically just found every 5-10 minutes just take my hand out quickly. No one thought I was cheating. The board that these sort of ideas are for is AQA. If you haven't revised, what should you do? Just watch my videos. That's what you should do. If you haven't revised, just sort of try and look over as much information you can, sort of try and spend tonight doing some last minute sort of exam questions, so you sort of get an idea of how they ask questions and what they're expecting of you. Hungry Ford, do not cry. If I do bad on one paper and do good in the other two, will I do good overall? It sort of depends how good you do in the other two and how bad you do in the first one, in one of the papers. Obviously it all sort of just works out an average, so say you got 90% in the other two and 50% in the other one, that would mean you've average out at like 75 or something. I have no idea, I can't think of the average off the top of my head. Would you lose marks if you put in an evaluation that isn't directly relevant to the point you're making? I guess you could possibly lose marks for that, just because obviously it wouldn't be a very clear argument if you're talking about one thing but then your evaluation is not necessarily relevant. Do you have a video on research methods? Yes, I should do. Off the top of my head, I think I do, yeah. What is sociology? Well, you're going to have fun in the exam tomorrow. Don't forget, if you're running out of time, you can bullet point in sociology, you'll get credited. Yeah, that is true. A lot of the questions, unless stating so, don't actually need you to write in good English, so you can just bullet point and then you'll still get the marks. As long as you said the keywords they're asking for in the mark scheme. Is it possible for a Globalisation Ed 30 marker to come up? Possibly, but I really don't like to predict. Obviously, if you're not sure about globalisation education, go through it tonight and sort of figure out what you're doing, and what sort of ideas you could put. But do not stress out and look at globalisation and education only, because that would be a whole load of wasted time. You won't lose mark. Yeah, I get that it's a positive mark scheme, but you just won't be able to push yourself up the grade boundaries, the marking bands as high, because obviously if your answer's not as detailed, obviously you can't go as high up. What grade can you get without theorists? I mean, that really just depends on the questions that they give you. It's really hard to predict that sort of stuff. I am sort of trying to only make a video of psychology paper 3. I'm sort of trying to work on that. I'm definitely going to try and work on schizophrenia, relationship and issues and debates, and what was the other one? I can't remember what. Forensic psychology as well. So schizophrenia, relationships, issues and debates, and forensic psychology. I'm definitely working on that, but it's going to take me a little bit longer because I don't have my revision notes from them. So I'm going to have to try and find all the information from scratch. So hopefully it'll be up in time for paper 3. Like, I've got the date written down and things, so I've got a deadline sorted for it. But yeah, but I don't want to make any promises just in case it's not up. Obviously you don't technically need to know who the theorists are, and you just need to know the theory, but if you want a high mark then you need to have that detail, so that detail requires the name of the theorist and the year that it was done and stuff. So is social policy likely to come up as a 30 marker? I highly doubt it. I don't think it's enough information included in the curriculum for this course, in the specification, for it to be a 30 marker. I think it'd probably be maximum like 16 or something, 10 or 16 or something. I'm doing family and globalization for paper 2. Will you do a video on globalization? Globalization I don't think globalization is just a separate topic. I think that's just part of the education, which I have got a video on. What even is social policy? So that is like the Butler Act in 1944, but obviously if you're being sarcastic then I'm a bit stupid. Have you got Instagram? I do, but I'm not entirely sure why you need it. Obviously most of my videos have my email on for you to contact me, so you can just use that if you want to try and ask me questions privately and things, but I don't really like to give my personal social media accounts out. My A-levels were okay-ish. Like, I sort of got B's and C's and everything. So I did chemistry, physics, psychology and sociology. So yeah, I did alright. Not the best, but that is not down to my lack of knowledge, so you guys can still rely on these videos. It's just because of when I go into the exams I tend to forget key details, like the year that the theorist did the theories. So yeah, but I'm gonna have to go now, guys, because I have a 1% battery. So but feel free to put any remaining questions you have on my last community post. And I'm obviously email me. My email is at the bottom in the description of a lot of my videos if you want to find it there. So good luck. How do I end this?